You see, to me, I've never really been interested in romance in the AvP films, especially Requiem. When I look at them trying to have their little kissy scenes in that film, I'm like, this doesn't fit. It doesn't work. It doesn't belong here. And the reason it doesn't is because it's it doesn't work. It's AvP. There's an alien, a predator. What the fuck? Why are they trying to put this in this movie for? Who cares? If you want to write a romance story, go write it. Do it somewhere else. I want AvP. Listen. Right? Ripley and Newt worked. It did. Right? I don't know how they made it work. James Cameron was just standing there and he was looking at them and was like, this is going to work. And he made it work. But these kissy scenes in AvP Requiem, it doesn't work. Like, I know what I'm thinking of, and I'm just looking at it like, why? Why, when I'm trying to look for these fight scenes, right? The epicness of the Predator, right? Going invisible or putting go into the spaceship and putting all those parts on him like, I'm ready for battle. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, when he's walking across the water and the camouflage goes away and I'm looking at him like, yeah, boy. Oh, this is going to be epic. This is going to be sick. That's the feeling I want, because that is contentment, right? You're looking and you're going like, this is exciting now. Like, Wolf has just showed up and it's about to kick off. When he encounters this alien, I feel sorry for this alien, pred alien, whatever. Like, I'm just like, go Wolf, you know? It works, man. It works. You know, Aliens, the sequel. I haven't watched it that many times, and I'll tell you something, still one of my favorite films. So, what if Ripley and Hicks were together, like they had a scene together and they kissed? I mean, James Cameron could stand there and tease the idea or it being a possibility. I'd like it to be cut off by the noise of an alien. Just because, not because I don't want to see it, but because it has to hook the audience. Like, if I'm watching it, I want to go, oh, okay, so there's something between these two, okay, and there's gonna be another story, okay, yeah, okay, you know, and it has to have that specialness to it. Like, movies, the Alien movies now, like, because we've had Alien 3 and I wasn't really against that film, it's not one of my favorites, but I enjoyed it. It's enjoyable. It's just not up there. And you also had Resurrection. She wasn't really Ripley. She was just like, she was a clone of Ripley, so it just felt wrong to just use Sigourney Weaver, and she wasn't really Sigourney Weaver. Like, if you look at her in the first 3 films, she got to grow with the people she worked with organically, you know. It just came to her. Like, she got herself into that character and knew how to play that character. And it's such a shame when you come out of something so big, monumental, you can't do that in other roles, which sucks. Like, if you look at certain films like Fast and Furious, whatever, right? The Fast and the Furious franchise. I don't even want to talk about it. It's the same. Like, they're good in that film, but then when they come out of that film and they go in other films, they can't shine. They can't play the characters that they are, but because they're limited to the only character they know how to play. I'm not saying Sigourney Weaver is. I'm saying that, you know, she came off something so big and successful that, you know, I mean, she was good in Avatar, you know, but I'm just saying, like, when you look at her in other films, you're just like, that's Ripley. Where are the aliens? You know what I mean? Yeah. And when you look at, like, the behind the scenes, like when you read the description or like why she left, you know, it's disheartening, because you're like, she was so good in that world. Like, she did deserve to come out of it, like, because she was just alive for no reason. Obviously she lost her children, her child, whatever, right? She lost her family, right? So she's the only one that breathes and lives at the moment. Like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Hang on. So basically, Sigourney Weaver's character Ripley, right, in the Alien 3 film, she's looking around at all these people and they don't have a reason to live, but they're just living for whatever reason. And I think that kind of fits into Ripley's character, because she feels the same as those people. She knows that they're not getting out of there alive, and she makes her bed, right? She realizes in that instance, in that moment, right, that they can't let that xenomorph parasite escape within her, right? She can't keep the charade going. And Resurrection further proves the point of Hollywood meddling, right? They couldn't let her character be gone. And what made it worse for me enjoying the film, the fourth entry, right? I really wanted to like it. It came out in 1997. I really wanted to like it, but I just couldn't. Was it 1997? I don't know. It's somewhere around that, right? But I really hated it because it was like, she's not Ripley. She hasn't got anything about it from the first three films. She's just a clone. Like, she's just Sigourney Weaver. Like, it's heartbreaking because it's like, compared to the first three films, like, she was so honest and genuine and loving and caring, and she had Newt and she was going to protect her, and they set up Hicks and other characters that they were going to introduce. Like, they had big plans, and then Alien 3 happened, and it's like, well, here we are. And Alien 3 had a different story to it. They could, you know what? I think what they should do is they should do Alien 3 reimagined. I think they should bring Michael Biehn back. But again, they're old now. Even though they've had the technology to bring them back for years and do a proper send-off to these characters, we ain't never going to get it. We know it exists. And we know Hicks and Ripley, they were gonna get back together. They were gonna come back together, and this goes back to my point. I ain't got nothing against it, right? Ripley saving Newt made sense for the story of aliens, right? Aliens, right? It's from actually no, because Newt wasn't in the first one, was she? She's in the sequel, so it's aliens. And then when you look at Hicks and Ripley, that's the setup for another story, which is Alien 3, but that we never got to see, but we read about it. We've watched the cutscenes, concept art, compilation videos on the channels, right? The people that have broken it down, right? So we know that exists, but getting a story, nah, it ain't ever gonna happen. Sucks, man. I like them. I like Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn, Yeah, those kind of scenes I haven't anything against.